They arrested me, put me in prison 2 months and 6 days.
Even one word you choose might send you to the jail. The ARD publication was set up in Thailand and 25 years back because there was no press freedom at all in our country.
Now we are in my village, at my house, where my parents' house, where I born. So this is where I often come back from Rangoon to here. So I mean, especially I don't like a lot in Rangoon. Rangoon is quite crowded, noisy. So it's quite different from Rangoon to be here. This is a very a village and quite local and it's quite very quiet. A lot of tree and good environment, just good to relax.
You seem to know everyone here.
Yeah. This is all my relatives. All my relatives, and so yeah, they all know me, and so I can get food from any house because all are my relatives. My uncle is over there too, but he also passed away, but his daughter is over there. Whenever I get back to my village, I change my village style, even the speaking too, that is the Burmese speaking and this is my Mon speaking. And so I change everything, I become like a villager.
I came back to Chiang Mai from the United States. At the time, I think we get connected, and then I asked him to come and work to the Chiang Mai's office. So that was the first time we started working together. So now 10 years already. So he's one of our good reporters. He's a non-senior reporter.
Burma was close to the rest of the world just 5, 6, 7 years ago. That is no longer the case. There is investigative journalism happening inside Burma now. There's something to celebrate, that despite all the challenges, despite the harassment, the intimidation, despite the killing and imprisonment of journalists, investigative journalism continues to thrive.
I would say everywhere is a front line for us here. Even here, if I write something very critical against the military, against someone who is very powerful, I'm crossing the line, their line. And then in our country, I always get the sense that there is a line which is invisible.
To be on the front line, I'm the guy who like to hang out on the jungle too. So, but to see the death of the people or the blood, it's quite hard, of course. Like you have to drink a lot of alcohol after that, and you fall asleep because you cannot, your mind, you feel like you crazy, like, and then you cannot sleep. And so I know that. So when I in the front line, something when I see really bad, so I'm drinking a lot, and then I fall asleep. That's all how I dealing with sometimes, you know. Especially like I can tell you like the case of Arakan, like where they put the Rohingya, you know, and it's really bad. And then whenever I came back from Arakan, I cannot sleep, like 1 week, and going like trauma. So I sleep, but I fall like, I cannot sleep very well. I know it, because I saw the people out there, like they had really bad condition. What, you know, how you can help them or whatever. Like, it's confusing, the situation, look really bad. And then you had a bad trauma. In total, there are 7 armed groups who are fighting with the Burmese army. There are Kachin, and then Xi'an, and Palau, and Arakan. If we combine it, like they are like had more than 100,000 troops. These people are a minority in this country. And then when I get this information, I can make a story, and then people read it, and they understand what is going on in Kachin, Palau, Shan, and Arakan. It's so, it's quite helpful for them to make a minority voice bigger and making, you know, everywhere, international, in Burma, and then people know it. But look, the Burmese army don't like it.
The international community, of course, is following closely what is happening in Rakhine and with the Rohingyas. This was unexpected, and I think it's probably the quickest and steepest downfall of any global human rights icon that has ever been, the world has ever seen.
If you talk to somebody who isn't belong to an armed group fighting against the government, then you'll be in trouble. That's quite simple. But what if that association, if that ethnic groups is signing a national ceasefire agreement? And can you interview them, or can you talk to them? Can you take the picture? Yes. But if they don't sign the NCA, the National Ceasefire Agreement, you will be in trouble. But then, there's a difference.
For example, I mean, the Louis Wan, our senior reporter, was arrested. And before, many reporters were traveling to those areas, frontline areas, whatever. But nobody got arrested. But on that trip, they were get arrested.
They said I violated their law, but I had in the journalist constitution, I can travel at the conflict area. For me, I had my own right. So I saw 2 of their men were killed on the ground, and so that's how I took a lot of photos, but they don't like it, and so they worry I'm going to run the story, and then they're going to lose the position. So they catch me on the road when I came back. So yeah, they arrested me and my 2 friends, the journalists who went along with me.
စိုးရိမ်သွားတာပေါ့တခါမှရန်ကုန်မြို့ကသတင်းတောက်တွေအနေနဲ့ရောဒီလက်နက်ကြီးပစ်ခတ်မှုအတန်တွေပါရကိုယ်တဲ့အံ့ဩမှုဖြစ်တာပေါ့လေဒါပေမဲ့အဲ့ဘက်ကဒေသခံတွေကကျတော့ဒါမထူးဆန်းတော့သူတို့ဘက်ကဒါတွေကအများအားဖြစ်တာရှိတယ်ပေါ့နော်
It called unlawful association. It's 71 Act. I mean, it's not appropriate like to suit me like that. I'm the journalist. I had the right to talk to the rebel. I had the right to travel, as I mentioned, in the constitution in this country.
ကျွန်တော်အဲ့လိုမျိုးပေါ့နော်ကျွန်တော်တို့ဒီဖမ်းလိုက်ပြီလို့သိလိုက်တဲ့အချိန်မှာအရန်ကိုဝမ်းနေတယ်တော်တော်ကြီးကိုလည်းစိတ်မကောင်းဖြစ်ကြတယ်ဘာကြောင့်လဲဆိုတော့ကျွန်တော်တို့ကအပြစ်လုပ်တာမဟုတ်ဘူးကိုယ့်အလုပ်ကိုလုပ်တာကျောင်းဆရာကစာသင်တယ်သူ့လုပ်တာဆရာဝန်ကစေးခုတာ journalist က journalist လုပ်ကို journalist လုပ်တာ
I mean, the army is still on control in the country, even we call democracy.
I received a phone call from Louis at the time, and he was calling me and from the police custody at the time, and then secretly. If the authorities found out he was calling me, he might be in trouble.
And then later they dropped me the charges. So it's lucky to be out, I mean, but it's still it's not suitable to shoot me like that, to make me like that. But the reason is the case of the photo again, but they also wanted to threaten to other journalists. Look, if you travel to the front line again for the other journalists and like me, we will arrest you the next time too. We can send you to prison or whatever, yeah? So when they don't like, they can do it.
At the moment, it doesn't look too good. Journalists are being imprisoned, prosecuted, and ironically prosecuted based on old colonial laws. So it's a very sad and serious situation.
I think a lot of journalists, especially in Western countries, we think our job is so difficult, you know. I mean, our biggest worry really is a lawyer. You know, you never stop to think about journalists that are really putting their lives on the line for the work. And I think that puts what we do in perspective.
They arrested us. They don't see any bullet, any gun or anything we related or we with the rebel. We are doing our job. Like as a journalist, we just try to get information, we interview the rebel. That's our job. We don't cooperate or support anything. So they cannot arrest any illegal thing. In prison, like they also worry about their business. There are many corruption in this country in prison. So if they treat me bad, I will write about it.
We already crossed the lines many times. Whenever we wrote about him as well, about the press freedom as well. So I even wrote one story, something like media versus the military. To be honest, condemning the military leadership while they were arrested. They were killing, they were arresting the messengers. So, to be honest, nobody knew, you know, nobody knew what would happen until they are released.
No, I'm not the only one, but there are not many reporters like us who are conflict reporters. So they know how many conflict reporter, and then they don't like me a lot, they know. So I know they are targeting. So I had to be careful a lot when I'm traveling.
Even one word you choose might send you to the jail. So the word, even choosing the word is very important. Whenever I write, I have to be very, very careful.
A lot of my friends like, who are foreigners now, like, they don't get a visa. So my friend said, ask them, why you don't get the visa? They said, we change the system. So they block the foreigner, and then they will target to the local reporter. It's very easy to target, you know, to stop us or arrest us. And then the foreign reporter don't know anything. Sorry. So they don't know anything, and you know what is going on in the country because they are not in this country. So this is their plan in the future, I think. This is what they did in the past. Old habit is quite to change.
Good evening, everybody. Turkey is a NATO ally. It is an extraordinarily important partner in our fight against ISIL. It's no secret that there are some trends within Turkey that I've been troubled with.
Cumhuriyet gazetesi neredeyse Türkiye Cumhuriyeti ile yaşıt. Yani 90 yıllık filan. Türkiye'nin en eski gazetesi zaten. Gazetemiz hükümet tarafından doğrudan zaten tehdit ediliyor.
it's now a overt pressure by the government on a number of Turkish media. And that's just very sad because, you know, there seems to be a playbook. We call it the Russian playbook, but, you know, it's a playbook on how to capture a state. And one of the first steps is to capture the media.
Suriye'ye gittiği tahmin edilen Hatay'da yakalanan MİT tırları içinde ilaç, yani tıbbi yardım denilen üstte ilaçları çıkarınca altından silah ve mühimmatlar olan görüntülerin olduğu haberi yayınladı manşette. Aynı haberler, sadece dosyadaki bu tek haberler nedeniyle devletin gizli kalması gereken belgelerini yayınlamaktan 5 yıl ben ceza aldım. 5 yıl 10 ayda Can Dündar ceza aldı. Bunlar temyiz aşamasında Yargıtay'dalar.
We never imagined that when he wrote this article, this about trucks. Just I celebrated him. It was a very good article. You know, we are journalists. This journalism is something like that. So we was shocked when we heard that he will be courting, he will be judging.
It was the first very strong attack by Erdogan against those two journalists because they published revelations about the delivery of weapons by the Turkish secret services to Islamist groups in northern Syria. Erdem Gül and the Cumhuriyet editor-in-chief were put in jail. And they were not only put in jail, but they were put in jail because the President Erdogan filed a personal lawsuit against them, requesting 2 lifelong jail sentences.
Turkey has become the country where most journalists are being jailed. Can you try to describe why?
Evet, bu konuda rekor kırıyoruz. Rekor Türkiye'de. Sanırım bir sene önce, yani bundan bir sene önce Rusya'da olabilir birincilik. Ama artık 15 Temmuz sonrası, darbe girişimi sonrası ilan edilen olağanüstü hal koşullarında bizim rakamımız 150'yi buldu şu anda. İddianamesi olmaksızın sadece tek bir hakimin.
Many of these journalists are put in jail because they are seen as supporters for terrorism. They are seen as supporters for criminals. They are, most of them, journalists for opposition media outlets.
Erdogan, we have to say this, is very logical. He says there are only terrorists in jail, no journalists, because journalism for him is terrorism. He doesn't really conceive what is journalism.
Bunun nedeni konusunda zaten biz olağanüstü hal ilan edilmeden önce de geriye doğru kazandığımız düşünce, ifade özgürlüğü konusunda tüm haklarımızın elimizden alındığı bir süreçten geçiyorduk. Gazetecilik tehlikeli bir iş haline gelmişti Türkiye'de.
As we have seen in Turkey now, everybody who's not pro-Erdogan, they are against Erdogan.
Yaklaşık 30 yıldır tanıyorum. Tabii zaten Erdem ilk içeri girdiğinde de onun en büyük sıkıntısı, en büyük derdi içeride kalmaktan daha çok dışarıda olan karısı ve 2 çocuğuydu.
Aslı, bir bak denize.
Of course, I'm afraid. Last year, my 10 years old boy cannot imagine, cannot realize why he is in jail, because he said my father only writes articles. I don't want my kids wait for their fathers for a long time when he will be in prison because of such a nonsense, unacceptable things.
Yani sonuçta bu mücadelede bir şeylerin olabileceğini hep düşünmüştür. Ama tabii çocuklar ve eşiyle ilgili geçmişte bunları çok fazla aklına getirdiğini düşünmüyorum. Ama içeri girdikten sonra bunun acısını çok daha fazla hissettiğini biliyorum.
Children really pay the prices for these situations we lived last year. They think that it's over now. They don't know anything about this situation because I couldn't say anything.
Türkiye'de geldiğimiz noktada haber bir suç unsuru. Bugünlerde biraz önce söylediğim gibi, yani onu anlatayım biraz. Bugünlerde gazeteciler arasında şöyle bir ruh hali var. Bu ülkede artık yaşanmaz, gidelim. Ben kişisel olarak buna karşı çıkıyorum. Ve son ana kadar haber yaparak, gerçeği yazarak bu ülkenin mevcut baskı politikalarına hayır diyenlerine kalarak destek vermek istiyorum.
I mean, you've got to put yourself into it. It's very difficult to put yourself into their lives, but you have to try and do that if you can. I mean, and you know, you've got to admire them for what they do. They're doing what I wouldn't do. I don't think I put myself, you know, on the line like that.
We will struggle. I know how to live with my two children. I have friends, a lot of good friends here. I never want to go abroad. I never want to live my life in here. When you look from the perspective from this a century from coming up, this country is never been so stable. But it is the first time an Islamic fascist government is now at power, and they use this power very well.
Tek Haber'den ikinci bir yargılama açtılar. O bugündür devam ediyor. 9 Mayıs'ta da bu yargılamanın devamı olarak yeni bir duruşmam var. O da bu haberi yazarak silahlı terör örgütüne üye olmaksızın yardım etmek suçlaması. Evet, bu haberi yazarım. Bu haberi yazmazsam gazetecilik iddiamı, bir de ben gazetede yönetici konumundayım. Gazeteci sorumluluğumu çok azaltmış, kendime ilişkin ciddiyetimi ve sorumluluğumu daha düşürmüş olurum. O bakımdan hem okurlar hem Türkiye'deki halkın bu habere ihtiyacı bakımından bu haberin yazılması gerekiyordu. Ben yazmasaydım, ben yazamamış olurdum. Bu haber yazılırdı.
Amazing Azerbaijan. Alluring. Authentic.
Amazing Azerbaijan.
In 2006, I decided to create a journalist organization because as like journalists, I decided for myself for this period in Azerbaijan we don't have any serious journalists journalists organization which is spent time and energy for freedom of expression. We are established this Institute for Reporters' Freedom and Safety, and whole my time I'm started to spend for these NGOs until 2014. We don't have any other way as to start to create an alternative, because if we don't make anything regarding this serious problem, we need to just leave the country. In 2008, when I'm arrested again by the police and tortured in the police station, police beat me with a gun back to my neck. After this, I'm again spent 2 months in hospital. I make escape at 8 August 2014 because government want to arrest me exactly for the same day. I'm changed my hair color. From this dark style, I'm changed to the blonde. He put me gray lenses. I have a beard, white beard. He bring me to the city center. After we change his car to the taxi. With taxi, we're going to Old Town for which embassy? Because in Old Town, there's lots of embassies around, like Polish, Swiss, Italian, other embassies. And I say, okay, stop there. Stop and go out. I'm going to the street and just bring the door. I'm immediately asked for temporary diplomatic protections. When I go inside the embassy, I say, well, maybe it's possible for just Swiss diplomats evacuate me with his car. But when I go inside, I understand for it's impossible organize some kind of diplomatic evacuations, and we start to use like negotiations process, which is continued like 10 months.
It doesn't go health free to be in a room for 10 months. It is a struggle. It's a mental struggle.
Я видела сына, axırıncı dəfə görmüşəm 2014 ildə, в 2014 году, когда он ушел отсюда. Ну и все, пока у нас встречи не было. Да, очень скучаю, очень. Çox istəyirəm onları görmək. Məndən asılı deyil. Bəlkə onlar vaxt gələcəklər.
But I decided to continue my job, and which is even a little bit different work from outside of Azerbaijan.
Your little brother is a Mehman, and he was jailed and imprisoned, and he will not be released until the next 2 years. What did he do?
My brother started to use social media to blame corrupted officials with some kind of new satirical style. He created bigger satirical online magazine, Sancak, and before presidential election, he already have 100,000 followers in 2014. Now he have 335,000 followers, and it looks like 30% of whole Facebook users, his followers. In Instagram, he have also 160,000. It's again 25% from all Instagram users read his posts.
Yəni təsəvvür edirsiniz, millət vəkili olasan, milli məclisdə oturasan, məmur olasan, milyonların ola və sən fəhlələrin pulunu kəsəsən. Yəni adam nə qədər vicdansız olmalıdır ki, fəhlələrin pulunu kəsəsən.
And he used these two important and most popular tools in Azerbaijan to blame these high-level officials, including president, including ministers.
That was a hit. It was thousands of retweets, thousands of likes on Facebook, and it gave a negative image of society. If this is how the Azerbaijani society treats its weakest, is this who we want to be? And he didn't have to say much more, right?
Some people sent him leaks from these houses, like whistleblowers. And he shared these materials and said, look, guys, what I'm finding. And after this, he is arrested by the police, beaten by the police. He's kidnapped, he's not arrested. We search him 24 hours later, we know he's in the police station.
Azerbaijan is a very nice country, but that's not the case of its regime. Very nice propaganda. Because in fact, this regime is totally crazy. At least 9 journalists are in jail in this country just for doing their job. And the main opposition newspaper, they were step by step reduced to almost nothing.
You don't have to do human rights work to get the message of the people out. And I think the Husseinov brothers were so disturbing because what they were aiming at, or what they're still aiming at, although one is in prison, one is in Switzerland, but what they're still aiming at is to get the message of the people out.
Mülki geyimli polis nəfərləri, yəni Mehman özü bu barədə bildirmişdi. Elə burada Bakı şəhərinin mərkəzində onu yerə yıxıblar və sonra da polis maşınında aparıblar. Başına torba keçirdiblər, gözlərini bağlayıblar, ağzını bağlayıblar və sonra da polis maşınına qoyub hardasa 1 saat şəhərə gəzdi.
Məni harasa aparırlar, bilməm var, amma mən hiss edirəm ki, mənim burnumdan qan axır. Qan axanda mən nəfəs alan bilmirdim maşında. Çünki mənim ağzımı yummuşlar, gözümü bağlamışlar.
Overnight, he was beaten up. He had blood all over his shirt. What more indication? Did he go and bang his head against the wall? That's not his style. He had blood all over his shirt. He was obviously beaten.
Mehman, sənə nəsə deyirdilər? Sənə nəsə
Mən apardılar.
Nəyə görə belə
4 saat mənim başımda torba var. Aşağı vəziyyətdə 10 nəfər bilməm, kimsə deyildi, hayır durur. Yox, 8-də orada bir çoxu mənə deyirdi ki,
Yəni Mehman Hüseynovun heç vaxtı heç bir belə deyək məhkumluğu olmayıb, hansısa bu kimi tədbirlərə məruz qalmayıb, məsuliyyətə cəlb olunmayıb, heç nə nəzərə alınmadı və bu 2 il azadlıqdan məhrum etmə bu gənc barəsində dəyişdirilmədən qüvvəsində saxlandı.
Все принеси и... Хорошо, я сейчас дверь закрою. И поэтому я радуюсь, когда он кушает. Мне этого ничего не надо. Мне надо, чтобы он кушал. Я радовалась дома, знала, что как будто бы он рядом недалеко или рядом со мной. Поэтому, когда есть возможность, я всегда ему покупаю то, что, ну так, ерунда, но носим.
In Azerbaijan prison, you every day systematically tortured. You have everyday violation of your rights.
Burada cəsarətli olmaq yada düşmür. Eyni zamanda həbsxana artıq bizim üçün adiləşib. Yəni hesab edirik ki, bu bayaq dediyim kimi tənqidçi jurnalistika ilə məşğulsansa, sənin yolun həbsxanadan keçməlidir. Ona görə gözə almırıq.
Görüşdüyümüz ilk anda adətən bir-birimizi qucaqlayıb öpürük və bir də sağollaşanda.
Düzü ilk əvvəl, yəni zon adlandırdığımız böyük əraziyə köçürülməmişdən əvvəl mehman təcridxanada idi, şübhədan təcridxanasında və onunla demək olar ki, qətiyyən əlaqə saxlaya bilmirdi.
We are looking at a highly unequal distribution of wealth in the world. We're looking at the emergence of an oligarch class that considers people like cattle, driving them in different directions and milking them in different ways. Okay, there's a tidal wave of corruption coming across the world as aspiring politicians or businessmen in other countries model themselves on places like Azerbaijan.
When he had to then go into hiding and leave the country, the chairperson who succeeded him was actually killed. The fact that after that, the next chairperson, his brother, Mehman Huseynov, was arrested really shows a willingness to punish that family.
We're getting beat up, we're getting arrested, we're getting imprisoned, we're getting sued in court for bogus charges. Oligarchs are trying to derail our publications and investigations.
Crime is not the problem in the future, it's corruption. So, if you're a bad person and you want to do something, what do? You become a politician. You know, you look to capture states. You know, so once the state becomes actually the greatest fear in your life.
We exchange what we have similar. He's also living 5 years in exile. But after, as I understand, Aung San Suu Kyi able to came to the ruling floor, is able to return.
He told me about, like, he does not have an office in his country for, you know, where to organize the news or where his reporters are based. So most of his reporters are underground and secretly, and so how they got the information, sending it out from the country. So we had a quite experience when I stayed in Thailand as an exile journalist.
For me, it's quite useful, and I met with lots of professionals from investigative reporting environment.
Like this morning when we at the room, like there's one lady who talking about Mexico. It's so scary, like to see like how many of her friends. She said like 111 of journalists were here in the country. So when I heard about it, I feel like shocked.
We are not like soldiers. Our work is it continued produce our reporting and to improve these materials, to share these materials with peoples in country and outside, and change opinion, develop critical mind.
So how long it will take to be a citizen?
It's after 10 years.
After 10 years?
It's Switzerland have longer naturalization process compared with all states. Now I'm like stateless person, but I'm still think like I'm Azerbaijani.
Ben kişisel olarak geldiğimiz hani ortasındayız dediğimiz aşama itibariyle çok umutluyum. Türkiye'de gazetecilik, düşünce, ifade, özgürlüğü genişleyecek.
When a country, a state like Turkey or another state like Azerbaijan, when they make up their mind to turn off press freedom, there's very little we can do from outside.
Turkey is an interesting case because it really, I think there's a 10-year rule that when people have been in charge of a country for 10 years, they start going nuts.
Daha fazla dibe doğru gidemeyiz. Çünkü Türkiye'nin potansiyeli bakımından dibi gördük. Bundan sonra suyun üstüne çıkma zamanı. Türkiye'de gazeteciliğin oksijeni tekrar sağlanacak. Ben buna inanıyorum.
You know, Azerbaijan can imprison its journalists, it can try and close off its borders, ultimately can't close off its information.
And for Azerbaijan, I mean, they are doing fine. They're bribing politicians in the Council of Europe, and they are bribing UN organizations.
The bastards, they have a tendency to learn from the bastards. So they are copying each other's oppressive measures.
We need to reach out more to our colleagues, especially in places like Turkey.
We will have to live with critical, good quality journalism working under threats.
So we need to be much better at identifying who are the courageous, thorough, investigative reporters out there.
We have a lot of people who don't want the truth to come out.
In North America and in Europe, investigative journalists can go around their work freely. In many countries, that is not the case. Investigative journalists are in prison, they're killed, they're banned.
We are the nail that sticks up, and that nail attracts a lot of hammers.
Yani burada yargılanan bilmem ne terör örgütü ya da başka bir şey değildir arkadaşlar. Burada yargılanan gazeteciliktir. Gazetecilik suç değildir.